All right, good morning. We're going to install our roof vent covers. These cover up the roof vents up there. You can see it from there. This way, when you're driving down the road, you can leave open the vents, and this one has a these particular ones have a screen built in. Keeps the bugs and everything from coming in, and leaves and stuff like that. And this cover comes off, so you can get in there and clean if you have to. All the hardware is stainless steel. I just have to drill a few holes, and of course they install on the roof. So let me get all set up and I'll be back. And it comes with some nice instructions. Talks about how to install it, what tools you need, how to clean it. It says do not use a pressure washer, which makes sense because it'll probably blow the screen right out of it. So, all right, let me read these real quick and then I'll be back. Okay, I've marked my holes for my brackets, and I'm getting ready to mount this. I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I've got the Camco roof vent cover installed. It took me every bit of 10 minutes to do. Stainless steel hardware. There and there. And I don't know if you can hear the fan in there. I've got the fan turned on. Now what this does is, obviously, if it's raining outside and you got your vent cover open, it'll prevent the rain from coming down into your coach. And when you're traveling down the road, you can leave it open, and you can be venting your trailer out. Now, yes, I mean, there is a gap down there, so water will find its way up and into the into the coach. So I wouldn't recommend driving down the road while it's raining, but it's not going to be as bad as if you didn't have the cover at all. But on a day that it's not raining, you can be cruising down the road and have your roof vents open, and life is good. That cover comes off so that you can easily clean inside there. But I tell you, you look up in there, not a whole lot is going to get in there, but that's not to say that it can't. My other roof vent for my utility room is in the front of the trailer, and I'm going to carry this one down there and install it the same way. This one I'll videotape so you can see all the steps that it took. And there's my 500 watts of solar. I won't be putting a panel right there. I'll put another one on this side because when I'm walking down and I need to service the air conditioner, I want this space free and I want this space free. Plus it allows me to get around and you know, work on my wires and such. So all right, here's the roof vent cover, and it's gonna go on just like that. Now I have to go down and open the vent up a little bit, so, but I needed to put that on there first so I know when it touches. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, all right, I'm gonna install this sucker. First thing I have to do is peel off this here instruction sticker. I don't really need the instructions right at the moment. Alright, so first thing I have to do is remove the cover. You know what? I don't even have to do that. I did it on the last one, but just because I didn't know. But all right. Oh. The hardware is looks like it's glued or siliconed up into the top of the unit. Okay. There's the hardware. There's the hardware pack. Okay. So set that there. Got my 4 brackets. It's pretty simple. I mean, it really, really is. Okay. My hardware right there. Put my trash back in my bucket. Alright, it's gonna be a little different. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of eyeball where I think they're gonna go, and then you have to mark your holes with a Sharpie. So we're gonna set this down on top. Okay. You know what? I am gonna take this cover off. I just think it'll be easier for me to see what it is I'm doing. I don't think it's necessary, but I just want to, you know, be able to see what I'm doing. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. Set that over there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. Let's see, where's this one gonna go? Right there. Put that in the first hole. Get it down there. Like that. Like that. Okay. That looks pretty good. got a solar panel there, but I think I can still get my hole where I want it. No big deal. I've got a paintbrush that I use to, you know, just knock away the aluminum shavings. I don't want to leave that up here. Those of you with a steel trailer have to be even more mindful of steel shavings, because they will create rust pits for you. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and put these brackets on this side. I'm going to shut the video off and then turn it back on when I do this side so you can see. All right. Now I'm back on this side. Let me drill my holes. I've already marked them. Okay. We're done with our screw gun, so I'm going to put it back in my bucket. Okay. Alright, now. Okay, you can see. Alright. These are what hold the lid down to these brackets, but you got to put these on first because they come up from the bottom. So if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be all day trying to get them to go in. So I need all the rest of my nuts and washers. And trust me, these are not big. They're pretty small. So if you lose one or drop one, you're gonna play hell trying to find it. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to find a good spot here. And move the rest. These are for where I hold it down. But I'm gonna put my foot right there. So, okay. All right. Okay, so the holes we drilled, we're gonna run this, looks like a number 8. It's gonna go through the hole. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. There's the hole. There's the hole. Okay. I must be way off base. Oh, there it is. see it. I see it. Huh. Oh, okay. I got that in the way. Okay. Let's get down. There it is. All right. Okay. So get that through. Put your bracket on. Put your flat washer on. Put your lock washer on, and then put your nut on. Okay. And, you know, get it thumb tight. Alright, that's one. This one should be easier. It's right here in the corner. I can see it. Okay. Oh. Oop. I'll drill my hole out a little better. Not better, but bigger. Get a little jagged edge or something. There we go. Okay. There we go. Nice. See a little bit of aluminum shavings. Remember, with these aluminum trailers, it's not super duper. Well, it is. Just get the shit off the roof. You don't want to leave it up here. All right, let's put that on. Put a flat washer on, and put a lock washer. All right. Get your wrench. And until you compress that lock washer a little bit, all your wrench is going to do is spin. But you see, if you don't put those bolts underneath there before before you put these brackets on, you're gonna play hell getting them on later. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, we're done with that. Now, put those right there. Now I got all the lock washers, flat washers for the brackets. Okay, let's get the cover, stick it down on there. Right there. Okay. Drop a, just do it by the numbers. Drop a flat washer on each one, both sides. There's 4 of them. Okay, and then we're going to drop a lock washer on each one. And then we're going to put a nut on each one. Now these you got to get started. They're a square bottom that fit in that square slot, so you kind of have to go slow until you feel it come up into the slot. And then, of course, that square thing grabs a hold of the in the square slot there. And I'm just thumb tightening them right now. Alright. And she looks about as centered as we're going to get her. I'm going to change our socket to a number 11. And trust me, you do not want to grab, you do not want to torque these things down too much. This is, you know, it might be pretty good plastic, but it is not going to withstand much pressure at all. What I'm doing is I'm compressing the lock washer, and I can feel it. So that one's done. Okay. Same thing with this one. I can feel it compressing. I can feel it. It's in the slot. And now I'm just snugging it up. I'd much rather come up here every, couple of weeks and, check for, check them, make sure they're tight, than to crack it now, So you pretty much, you see all these turns I'm making, all that's doing is compressing the lock washer, and then I'm just snugging it up. That's plastic. You put pressure on that, it will crack. It will crack. All right. That one might be. I have to. There you go. Now we'll I hope not. Put a cover back on. Whew. I might move this one up just a little bit if it catches. But no worries. Alright, let's see what we got here. And there it is. Okay. let's go try the vent. Okay, I'll close this thing. You can see it closing. Now, one note of caution: the covers won't go up quite as far as they did when you know, when you didn't have the cover. You probably, I don't know how many inches you lose, but that's open funded for me. And the sun is not going to be, I mean, there's two layers there now instead of just one. So I think that's going to keep the you know, the heat from the sun from being so intense right here. Because there's that cover for the fan, and then there's the roof vent fan cover itself. So it's like two layers. So the first one's going to, you know, stop the sun, slow it down a little bit, maybe throw a little shade off, and then of course the one that comes with the fan is there too. So very cool. All right, let me get my shit off the roof, and I'll be back. Okay, there it is. Very much like the first one that I described up there. We have a roof vent, so I'll be able to leave that vent open and not be worried about the you know, the rain so much. Plus, when we're driving down the road, we'll be able to keep an eye on it. I mean, they're not, and I can hear both fans running. I don't know if you can or not, but I can. Let's see. Anyway, I was showing you my panels. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each one is 100 watts. So I have a maximum of 500 watts of solar. And I'm going to add probably another one there. And if there's room, another one in front of it for 700. And then I may put one back here. And then that's pretty much it. And who knows, instead of putting both of them over there, I may put both like right there, there, and there, because I want to keep a path to be able to get to the back of my trailer. All right, so roof looks pretty clean. I do need to get up here and wash the panels. I mean, they're not too terribly dirty, but they're not too terribly clean either. So, you know, the more sunlight that can hit those panels, the better, and dirt will impede that progress. So, all right, let's go in the utility room and see how much solar we're generating. The sun is I don't know, I don't even know what time it is, maybe 9 o'clock. Anyway, all right, I'll be back. Let's go to the utility room. Oh, I'm on my way to my utility room, but I'm not sure that I videoed the you know, the aluminum work and the trim work. I got my vents installed, got my trim boards on, I got my holes patched. I got to my brad nail holes, I've got to sand those yet. But yeah, we did pretty good. We did pretty good. A future video is going to show how I handle the corners there. I may get to that today, I don't know, but we'll see. But it's gonna look really sweet. Now, you may also notice these this is 2.5 inches. Now what I'm going to be doing is going to an upholstery shop and having them make me panels that fit snugly inside of those cavities. Okay, so it'll be a nice, you know, insulated foam thing that'll just fit right onto those windows inside those boxes. Okay, with some sort of fastener, some snaps at the top, I don't know, with a nice thick piece of canvas that goes over top of it and is, you know, is tied up against the you know, the window frame and everything, and that is really going to help insulate the window aspect in the wintertime. You know, the trailer's spray foamed, but these, you know, these RV windows, there's not a whole lot you can do. You know, I mean, there's single pane. You know, as far as insulating factor, there's very little. But anyway, that'll be a future video. Okay, I was on my way to the utility room. I'll be back. Let's go there now and look at the solar. Okay, the solar's producing 13.6 watts, 5.3 amps, and 69 watts. Okay. And it's 8:30 in the morning, and the sun is up in the sky. So we're producing 5.3 amps. Let me go take a meter reading, see where we're at. Okay, look like we're using 73 watts. So as the solar begins to climb, when we get up, as soon as we get another 75 watts of solar, we'll be completely on the infinite status as far as the what am I trying to say? Our solar usage will be fine. We're not using any. We're just putting some back. Okay. I ordered a fan that mounts, and I'm going to be mounting it up here somewhere. If you look at the temperature reading on that thing, I think it was 84 degrees. But when it gets 100 degrees outside, this room was turning into an oven. This is probably not that hot now. I do have some fans on top, but they're not nearly enough. I've got some heat sinks on order that I'll be putting on each side. But this fan is going to be oscillating in a figure-8 motion back and forth, and, you know, hitting all of these components. Now when I get to McKinley Campground, I will be hooking up the wind turbine, so then we'll get a chance to see how all this stuff works as far as the wind turbine is concerned. I'm very excited about that. All right, let me move on to the next project. Okay, wanted to talk for a minute about the Victron battery monitor. And I've got the shore power turned off. And I know that at 8:30, and it's now 8:46, we were producing about 76 watts of power at about 5.9 amps. Okay, so you can see my power wattage there that I'm taking out of the batteries is about 35 watts that I'm taking out of the batteries, okay? And I'm using 2.6 amps out of the batteries, okay? Now, as soon as the sun comes up a little more, this number will go to 0 and then start going to a positive, okay? And then this number right here, this 8 days and 6 hours, will change to infinite, okay? But as it stands right now, I could go 8 days utilizing what little sun I have, plus what's currently in the batteries, which is, you know, basically I'm at 100%. You know, in 8 days, that 100% would drop, but you know, whatever. Now, early, when I was in the utility room, I talked about the temperature of the room, okay? Now, yesterday, my battery temperature was at 100, and I don't like that. So I'm going to be taking a look at some different options for cooling off the room in there. Fans. I put the roof vents on, so I'll be able to keep the you know, the roof vent open pretty much, you know, all the time. But my goal here is even on a you know, a very hot day, I need to keep the airflow in there moving, okay? A lot of equipment in that room, a lot of heat being generated, and it's, you know, it's not necessarily air temperature like the weather. I think it's all the heat that all the components are generating. So I need to get some additional heat sinks and this sort of thing. All right, well, I just wanted to share this you know, this Victron battery monitor, you know, which is very cool. And by the way, I'm in my office, which is out by the pool, by the way. And you know, the trailer's on the side of the house and it's connected. The BMV is a Bluetooth, but with the invention of the internet, I'm able to connect to my computer in the trailer via remote desktop, and basically I'm controlling that computer there. It's kind of cool. All right, let me upload this video and create it, and then we'll move on to the next project. Don't know what that is yet. All right, talk soon.